rescue and aid workers in Nepal are struggling to cope with the scale of the devastation dealt by Saturday's powerful earthquake, digging through rubble by hand, performing surgeries in makeshift operating theaters, scouring notoriously difficult terrain for more victims. But power blackouts in the capital city of Kathmandu, supply shortages and difficulties getting around complicated the efforts. By Tuesday morning, more than 4,400 people were confirmed dead as a result of the earthquake, the overwhelming majority of them in Nepal. Over 8,000 people were reported to have suffered injuries. The United Nations estimated that the disaster had affected 8 million people across the Himalayan nation. More than 1.4 million people are in need of food assistance, the world body said in a situation report Monday. CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta said doctors at one Kathmandu hospital had moved patients from the 120-year-old building into another structure, where they were operating on patients in rooms normally not used as operating theaters. Hospitals were running short on supplies despite international efforts to bring in aid. Numerous aid groups and at least 16 nations rushed aid and workers to Nepal, with more on the way. And across the region, thousands prepared to spend another night outdoors, fearing that damaged buildings could collapse if there are more aftershocks. The destruction in Kathmandu, the capital, is stark. Revered temples reduced to rubble, people buried in the wreckage of their homes, hospitals short on medical supplies and overflowing with patients. Serious damages also reported in villages in the surrounding valley. Social media posts from Nepal, but farther out across Nepal's rugged landscape, closer to the epicenter of Saturday's magnitude 7.8 quake, the situation is disturbingly murky. Information about remote areas is severely lacking at this time, said Devendra Singh Kath, an official with Save the Children, noting that roads were blocked and communications unreliable. Reports of total or near-total destruction. Patchy reports have filtered through of entire villages leveled by the quake or engulfed by landslides. Some of the initial surveys that we're hearing of from the zones closer to the epicenter talk about total or near-total destruction, said Jeremy Conandick, director of the Office of Foreign Disaster Assistance for the U.S. Agency for International Development. CNN has obtained powerful photos showing a 4-month-old baby boy rescued underneath rubble at least 22 hours after a magnitude 7.8 earthquake centered less than 50 miles from Kathmandu. Less than a ref equals www.cnn.com web link greater than rock Nepal.